Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Star Trek Picard, the third and final season, the trailer. So I just saw it. I had to watch it twice because it looked that good. Now, if you know me, you know you heard me say millions of times before, I prefer old Trek. I don't like this dark and gritty stuff. However, this trailer looked so good, everything felt somewhat right. I don't mind if it's dark and gritty, as long as they tell a good story. Why? For whatever reason, this is a revenge story. Somebody is after Picard. Well, actually, Beverly Crusher had a distress signal, and Picard went looking for her. All this crazy stuff started happening. There's some old woman who I do not recognize who is after Picard and the others and stuff, and she's causing chaos. I'm not even quite sure what kind of ship she is on. It almost looked Romulan, but I wasn't quite sure because, it's so quick and stuff like that, and everything's so dark, it's kind of hard to see. But for whatever reason, this is how I always felt Star Trek Picard should have been from the get-go. It should have had the original cast. I don't care what anybody said. As much as I love myself some Sir Patrick Stewart, I don't care what he said. It should have always had the original cast coming back for adventure after adventure, saving the universe. That is what people wanted to see. Many people's all like, 20 years has passed and they're not going to be together and we're okay with that. No, you didn't. You just said that because that's what the producers and the showrunners kept telling you. And so you went with that. But this is how it should have always been. And the thing I appreciate so much about this trailer is, one, Worf looks like Worf. Thank God he looks like a Klingon. He does look a bit different. His hair is white. This is something different looks weird about him, but he does look like a Klingon. My only problem is he's a pacifist now. He's not his violent nature. He said he's more of a passive person before he gets into violence. I don't like that. But it is 20 years, so people change, so I will accept that, even though I don't like that. One thing I appreciated so much in this trailer was we got starships that look like actual starships from back in the day. Like, they look just the way they did back in the day. They're just sleeker and more shinier with the new CGI. I think one of them is the Titan and stuff. And I think another one might just be the Enterprise. It's kind of hard to tell because it happens so fast. It doesn't look like the Enterprise E. It looks a bit smaller, but it might just be it. And if so, cool, man. And they better give Picard that ship back. I know Seven's supposed to be a captain. I still don't know how. Because she dropped out of Starfleet years ago, and so I don't know, but they better give Picard back his ship. And another thing I appreciated, the torpedoes look the way they're supposed to do from back in the day. They look like old school, like TNG, DS9, and Voyager torpedoes, but they're red instead of orange. I would have preferred quantum torpedoes because quantum torpedoes look so cool, but with the newer stuff, I'm glad they did not go that route with that Star Wars looking torpedo crap. I wish they would go back to the old phases. I'm tired of the handheld crap. But that was great. And so, because they're still doing that. Because I saw the trailer for Discovery, and it looks like Discovery's going back to what it used to be back in the old days and everything. I'm just like, oh, screw you then. I'll stick with Picard and stuff. And so, but another thing that was crazy was Lore. Lore is back, and he doesn't look like an android. He looks human and everything. And that's something that's been bugging the snot rockets out of me. Whatever happened to Lore? I know they disassembled him, but Star Trek Nemesis, when I saw the trailer, I assumed B4 was Lore, but he wasn't. That's who it really should have been and stuff. So thank God he came back, but Data never will because they really blew him up and everything. They just totally got rid of Data and stuff like that. And the reason why they got rid of Data because Brett Spiner said he just didn't want to come back. He's getting old and and the androids aren't supposed to age, but there was ways they could have got around that, you know what I'm saying? And so Data will never come back. We just have Lore and everything. So what's his angle in all of this? I like how the uniforms look a bit more Starfleet. Geordi, I have no idea what division he is. I see him wearing red. I see him wearing yellow. He has a daughter who's a pilot and everything. And so, like, I'm really, really, really excited. Tasha Yar, or actually Denise Cosby, is supposed to return. I don't know as who and everything. But Rafi's still there, and Seven's still there, and I don't know about Wesley yet. And so it's just kind of like, Lord, please let this be a good season. Oh my God, we need this so bad, so bad, because I've given my hopes up before. The season 2 trailer of Picard looks so good, but you know what happened in that. And so yes, I've given my hopes up before, but please just let this, please, oh please, oh please, let this be the one. Just let this be the one. Let this be. And if it's a good season, let's pretend and say it is. Let's say it blows everybody's expectations. If it's really, 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 really good, they're probably gonna beg him to come back. And so they might be like, all right, fine, we'll do a 4th season. So let's hope that happens. Because if they can keep this narrative of, like, Star Trek and everything, and keep it good, I wouldn't mind a 4th season. Because the only reason why I'm cool with this being like dark and gritty is because this is a revenge, like, season and everything. And revenge stuff should always be dark. That's why First Contact was so good. That's why Wrath of Khan was so good. Oh, and Professor Moriarty comes back. Like, where has that dude been? You know what I'm saying? That was the most craziest part of this trailer. See, this is what fans have been wanting. We've been wanting callbacks to stuff in the past, instead of going that new narrative that they did and just ruin, like, his entire character. This could bring Patrick Stewart and Jean-Luc Picard back into the good graces of many Star Trek fans that had a sour taste in their mouth from, like, the older stuff, Please, for the love of God, do that. Hey. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.